What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. So I'm going to start off the video by telling you guys, we have a fourth indecision candlestick. All right. Clearly, there's a battle going on between the bulls and the bears. I do think it's going to go in one direction over another. And that is what I'm going to share in this video with you guys. All right. So starting off with the daily time frame. All right, as I just stated, you do have an indecision candlestick right here over on QQ. Come over to SPY and you have the same exact thing going on. All right, got these doji candlesticks. You have 3 out of the last 4 candlesticks are doji indecision candlesticks. All right, right around this 200 MA. All right, now if you guys are following along with the written updates, I understand like in these videos it's kind of hard to go and fact check me and go back and do that and stuff like that, but I was saying that if we did end up if we lost some means of support, all right, the next spot I was going to be looking for was the 200 MA on QQQ and SPY. I didn't know which one was going to end up holding. It does look like SPY is the 200 MA that ended up holding. I am sorry, guys, we are over here we are switched. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I know for a fact QQQ's 200 MA went and tapped the price went and tapped at 200 MA. There we go, guys. All right, you're bouncing there. I told you guys that I was expecting this is where bulls were going to be holding, and if you did not have bulls stepping in here, then you probably were going to have the next bottom come around $10 to $20 lower. All right, I do think you are holding this. I don't think bulls are going to give this up. All right, and I'm going to go over my reasoning here in this video. All right, but you have a disgustingly low volume right now. Now, it is 2:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you do still have an hour and a half, hour and 33 minutes left in the trading session. So is something crazy going to happen? Probably not, but it can happen. All right, now something to note is that SPX did fall out of this rising wedge you got going on here, and you came back up and got rejected. So this is something that I'm just going to say that's not too sexy. All right, that is not a hot look for the bulls. All right, you do not want that to be taking place. You want to get back in there and have this be a false breakdown. All right, but I have to say right now, you guys see what's going on here, right? You bounced off of your 200 MA, went back up to resistance. Now you're finding a resistance there, right? So again, like, we're just going to continue this battle that is like very clearly going on right here. All right, we are literally developing another consolidation zone, such as we had in this freaking congestion period that frustrated the crap out of most traders. All right, we have another one of those right here. All right, now I will say right now, I do think we're going to come down and make new lows. We have data suggesting that, like, hey guys, all right, we should be heading towards lows. All right, if you have these things doing that, it is only a matter of time until the market prices that in. All right, if the bond market is pretty much saying, okay, everything Jerome has been saying, now we're now going to stop calling BS on it. All right, it is only a matter of time until the market does the same exact thing. All right, now this is something that I've been showing you guys. All right, this doesn't have to mean anything, but I choose to believe that this thing is literally showing us the argument here. All right, is also suggesting us coming back down to lows. All right, let's look at it this way. All right, the market is forward looking. All right, I get it. The market priced this in over here, and that is why we made our way to lows. But guess what? All right, nothing changed about the market. The market is still forward looking. So if it's doing this, it really is only a matter of time until the market corrects itself. All right, and that's my honest opinion there. All right, clown on me all you want for it, but like, I'm a man who just looks at logic. Okay, if something has a logical reason behind it, okay, that is I'm there for it. Okay, now if you give me a reason that it doesn't make sense to me at all, then I'm not there for it. All right, but that is what I do here in these videos on this channel. I bring to you guys what I am looking at, and I'm just saying, guys, it really is only a matter of time. So no matter what I tell you guys in this video on where I think the market is moving, just realize it is short term. Okay, in the midterm to long term, we are going lower. All right, look at that. You do have a weekly bullish Rami setting up here, but it is the first day of the week, so that really doesn't matter at all. All right, we do actually have to talk about the monthly candlestick that is setting up over here on Mr. SPY. Okay, you have a bearish Rami candlestick formation. All right, what have I told you guys about monthly and weekly candlestick formations? All right, I don't wait for confirmation. All right, I think these literally just they give us an insight into what we have coming the next candlestick, which in this case is the next month. Okay. And I do think this is suggesting if it does close out this way, I think we have 2 trading sessions left in February. Maybe we have 3. And there you go. All right. If this ends like this, I got to say we're probably going to go lower. All right. In the month of March. Now, I'm going to be quite honest. All right. The weekly time frame already freaking suggests this. All right. But as you do see right now, look at that thing. It's curling back up. So we're going to have to see if anything changes going into this week. But I'm very clearly telling you guys, we're in this congestion period right now where bulls and bears are fighting. It was exactly like this. So you're going to probably have a decently impulsive move come out of this spot. All right. I don't know where it's going to be. I think it's going to be to the upside. All right. But don't forget what I just showed you. All right. Also, these things will cycle back down. Now, are we going to have another dance for another few weeks? Probably not. All right. I'm going to say probably not, but we do have the March Fed meeting on March 22nd, which is the very far away. All right. So we have a lot of time in between this, like this, and that meeting. And we know like the market is going to be trading off of what is said in that meeting and what is done in that meeting. All right. And now I think there's a very strong case here for them to do a 50 basis point hike at the next meeting, which is why I hold the opinion that, hey, we're probably going to tank on the next FOMC meeting, which means we're probably going to rally into it. All right. Now, we also do have CPI coming out. I believe it's on the 14th. All right. I did pull up the economic calendar, but we are cut off. All right. We are cut off on right here. All right. But yeah, right after this, the next week after this, you have CPI coming out. All right. So guys, what are we going to be looking at? We're looking at all these inflation measures. Okay. We're talking about the jobs report, the CPI, the PPI, the PMI, the PCE. What comes in next month, guys? Because this really is going to confirm, hey, is inflation ticking back up, or is this a false, like, this is a false tick back up, I guess we could call it. All right. It really is going to come back down to that. All right. I do think the big move is probably going to come out of that. And a big move down, by the way, big move down. I don't think a big move up is going to come out of the Fed meeting. No. All right. But I do know the market is literally relying on what the Fed says and does. All right. So I'm just literally using my logical reasoning here and trying to come up with, hey, what is a possible price? What is a possible path for price to take? All right. Well, guys, we have CPI on the 14th. All right. I think we probably see that thing coming hot, and you probably get a dump off of that thing. So I think it would be very feasible to see us end up, or not feasible. Is that the right word for it? I guess that would also be the right word for it, but we'll say likely. I think it's very likely that we end up rallying into the 14th. All right. And I hate to say that because, hey, guys, I know there's some bears here on this channel. All right. I don't want to be labeled as a bear or a bull. All right. I just told you guys, I think it was the last video, I want to be an owl. All right. I want to be anything that's not the bear or bull. Okay. Because it's not fun. You might as well, trade with whatever is there and side with whichever side makes sense. All right. But I'm sorry, guys, you're probably going to have to wait. All right. But if you do get a move down, all right. So if you get a move down over the next few trading sessions, I will say the downside is limited. I'm saying the same exact thing I was saying right before PCE. All right. I think the downside is limited. The trade right now, like the trade that has the best risk reward ratio, I guess we could call it, it's upside. All right. It's the long trade. All right. And I did also go over in the weekly report where I think this thing is going to end up going to. We have a good start as of right now. You had the gap up and you were coming back down. All right. I think that is good. What is that called? The gap and trap. All right. I think we got that going. I thought it was going to be a gap and go, but you know what? That is fine. You know why that's fine? Because your boy is sitting this one out. All right. Your boy, actually, I'm going to actually show you guys what I put a decent amount of money into. And I am just literally waiting. All right. And I'm excited, guys, because I get to chart for you guys and I don't have to freaking trade this week. I'm pretty sure this is going to make your boy a decent chunk of change. All right. And all I have to do right now is just patiently wait for the next short entry. That's my play right now. Obviously, I could be playing calls and stuff like that because that is what the TA is suggesting. But we are in that middle range. So I honestly, I'm going to say it's pretty unsafe. Playing anything right here. I'm going to be straight up. I don't think the risk to reward is there for entering puts down here. I really don't think that would be wise. All right, you do see we have a bullish divergence here on your CCI here, and you come over here to DIA, and this is something that I'm pointing out in the weekly update. What the heck is this, guys? You have a bullish divergence going on DIA. All right, DIA CCI reached the lowest level it has this whole bear market. All right, literally the whole bear market. All right. I suspect it bounces to come out of this. All right. Just letting you know. All right. So like, again, I'm going to say, I'm sorry if you want this thing to die off, you're probably going to have to wait a little bit. All right. Which means, hey, you might as well not, you know, get wrecked. I mean, but again, your money, do whatever you want with your own money. All right. Obviously not a financial advisor. I cannot be advising anyone. All right. If I'm not a $1 million man yet, there's not a chance I really want to be doing that. All right. That's also the thing about like services, guys. These people, like, listen, they got to have what you want. All right. So that I hope, listen, I mean, I guess people really don't show stuff anyway, though. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I'm not going to have a service. I don't really care, guys. I plan on getting rich with the things that I am discussing here in these videos. All right. And guys, if you have a lack of an eye for opportunity, here you go. I got you. All right. I'm here for you. I'm going to hit that one for you, all right? Because that's what I'm trying to do here in the channel. I'm trying to make anybody who doesn't want to sit there watching the market all day, I got you, all right? I will let you know when big things are going down, all right? There you go. That is kind of what I'm trying to curate here. The people who have those 9 to 5s who don't want to sit there watching markets on their phone, all right? I got you. All right, that is that. But yeah, guys, I think we do end up moving up. Now, we also come over to DXY, and I called this out. Guys, we hit our target range here that I put on. It wasn't an actual target from a pattern or anything. It was literally just, I did this wick. All right, look, this is why, guys, we use zones, okay? It's not going to be any exact level. It's just going to be a zone, all right? And guess what? Dollar did end up getting some resistance there. Right as RSI was tapping 70, you tapped 68.17 right there. You got this bearish divergence going on. So yeah, guys, I really wouldn't be surprised to see DXY fall as equities rise, all right? I think you got a pretty solid case for you rallying here, all right? Again, you are bouncing off the 200 MA on SPX, SPY, QQQ. That is just something that's taking place. Where's 200 day on here? All right, look at that. Guys, this is why we use all of these different tickers, guys. Everything works together. Oh, on top of that, guys, would you also hit on Apple's chart? The 200 MA. All right, I think there's a solid shot. You get this dead cat bounce here. All right, and yes, I call it dead cat because I think you're going to literally come right back down, and I think you're going to fall into the depths of Apple's abyss down here, all the way down here. All right, I think it is very likely that listen, guys, I don't know what's going to be said, but I'm pretty sure they're going to bring full hawk mode on March 21st and 22nd. 22nd, I think, is the day they're actually doing things, though, with the federal funds rate. All right. But yeah, guys, you do have CCI on QQQ and SPY hinging up from oversold territory. All right. You were literally bouncing here on QQQ from the oversold line, all right, the buy momentum line, as you were bouncing off of your 200 MA. All right. Congrats. Anybody did end up buying calls on that 200 MA. It's valid risk to reward right there, and boom, it looks like you made it out all right. All right, but again, keep in mind, guys, we do have that declining volume, but it is declining sell volume on QQ and SPY. All right, so that means most of this volume came from the sellers, and we got some lackluster volume going on. All right, so switching over to Mr. VIX. All right, now that is why I had my MA over here on 50. All right, guys, I'm sorry, I do not want to pay the next thing for more indicators. All right, eventually it won't matter to me, but for now it matters to me. All right, look at that bad boy right here. Okay, so on the weekly report, I told you guys that I won't be surprised if VIX ends up coming down, tapping the 50 MA and holding it, and that's where this counter trend rally stops on the indices. Now, that is conflicting, all right, because of what I already mentioned in this video, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, this kind of is like, listen, if you guys are going to get this bump and run here, all right, it's not bump and run. Bump and run is an actual technical pattern, all right? This is not that, all right? But if it makes sense with what SPX is doing right now and what VIX is doing holding above the 50, that it's literally gotten rejected by once. I guess we could say twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that was a 9. That was on this trend line right here. What am I? And that was also on the trend. That was also on the trend line. What am I doing, dude? What am I was combining the trend line. All right. And then you have like 3 whole rejections here. All right. You also did have this rejection there. You closed all the way down here. All right. I think there was 5 rejections off the 50 MA. Are they just going to let you get back under it? I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know. All right. In the weekly update, I was saying probably not. I don't think they are. But I'm going to say right now, you probably end up having this rally here. Do you guys see what I just showed you on DIA? Why is this thing all the way down here? All right, with a bullish divergence going on it. Now, this is actually also something that I want to start using. All right. I don't know how to find a good looking one, but we got the one TradingView has. Okay, so we have this one. All right, and we're going to start using this thing. All right, and if there's a divergence on this thing, we are going to be using it. Okay. I have seen it happen before on other, I know there are other people, there are 2 YouTubers I watch that use this. All right. And they seem to not do too bad of a job doing it every time. So we might as well have it in our analysis. Now, here's the thing. I don't want this ugly freaking thing here on my chart all the time. So I'm going to find a way to get rid of the gray. If I can't, we're just not going to have it. I don't want it all the time in the chart. It's just one of those indicators. We're also going to be using the MACD. Okay. But it's going to be one of those indicators that I don't want on the chart all the time because I'm not going to be using with my everyday analysis. Like CCI and stochastic, these things are gold. Okay, these guys are my canaries in the coal. And what is it saying? Coal mine? Canary in the coal mine? Maybe. All right, this is my needle in the haystack right here. Right here. All right, my 2 babies. All right, but yeah, guys, you do have this bullish divergence going on in the McClone oscillator, all right, which means we're probably going to get that bounce that I'm speaking of here, all right? We have another factor suggesting that, yes, all right, let's take that bad boy off of our chart right now, though, because that thing is ugly, all right? You come over here to the 4-hour time frame, all right? Look at that bad boy, okay? This is something that nothing changed, right? This was there during the weekly update, all right? But you have the same thing going on over here on the RSI as well. You have a triple bullish divergence on the RSI, and then you have the double, the normal one on the CCI, just the simple bullish divergence. You have the same exact thing happening over here on SPY, CCI, and RSI. The same exact thing, guys. All right. Because of this, I'm going to say you probably end up getting your, like, out of this consolidation we're in right now, you probably end up breaking to the upside. See how we're in between these 2 zones right here? Well, guess what? One of these is going to break, and we're probably going to go to the upside. All right, or you come to the downside. You could see they started to slip up there, and boom, you got bought right back up. Going over to the hourly time frame. Now, this is something I want to note, but guess what, guys? There's no divergence on this, so I will say I still think it's likely that you continue this push. Okay, you don't have a divergence on this thing, which that is typically, like, if you did have one, that's typically what I would say, like, oh, okay, the move's coming to an end. You could clearly see that, hey, this thing is behaving different than how it's supposed to be behaving. But no, this thing's behaving perfectly fine. All right. And like, you guys see what's happening with the daily CCI. Yes, we can dance around down here, but the fact that we started bouncing over here means we're probably not just going to free fall here. Because if we were to free fall here, that's when I would be looking for the bullish divergences in the CCI down here, all right, to mark a temporary bottom or the bottom. I don't know. All right, not the bottom because, you know, weekly time frame over here. This marked our bottom over here when the CCI came over here, and that was aligned with the bullish divergences that were popping up on the daily time frame. If you guys are new here, just know that every time frame works together. All right, this monthly time frame, see how it's down here? Well, guess what? We're not going to see this thing completely have its rip until this weekly one comes back down here. All right, and then whenever that happens, now we're going to be looking for a bullish divergence over here on the daily time frame. They all work together, guys. You see something on the bigger time frames, you go down into the smaller time frames to really you know, just smooth out that entry there. All right, but yeah, all right, going back into the 1 hour time frame over here on SPY, and let's actually with Mr. VIX. All right, VIX also, so this is also something that I typically will find these hourly divergences on. And if I do see one, like, look at this. All right, look at this. So we had the triple bearish divergence. So I knew it was only a matter of time. So you don't want to be caught when you see things like this. You don't want to be caught rushing into things. All right, you don't want to go short when you're up here, because that means QQQ or SPY, they were down here. All right, and you don't want that, guys. You do not want that. All right, notice how we had that whatever it's called, the bullish divergence or the bearish divergence on there. Well, you had the bullish one over here. I think over here on QQQ. No, you did not have that on QQQ. All right, you did not. You had a very slight one there. All right, you did on the RSI. Did you have a divergence there? No, you didn't. Whatever. But yeah, you don't want to be doing those, okay? But yeah, if you see divergences as you're running into this thing, all right, that is when I'm going to say, like, hey, this thing probably ends up failing, all right? But yeah, now I'm going to be looking for a bullish divergence down here to form, all right? And that is going to be marking where VIX ends up stopping its fall, its free fall here, all right? You can see over here, that was marked right here. All right. You see what I'm seeing now? Are dots connecting, guys? That is what I am trying to do here. All right. But yeah, guys, I think VIX ends up coming down, and SPY will probably end up continuing its rally here. All right, you did end up coming up here, and this is where you stalled out. This is also, again, another reason I love the CCI, guys. It is like literally the golden indicator in my book. All right, it's so perfect. All right, tells you so much things. All you need is your freaking CCI and stochastic. You're good. Okay, you're good. All right, but you're still down here. I'm just going to stick with what I said in the beginning of the video. Downside really is limited, all right? But just know, we just had all 4 inflation measures come in hot for, well, technically there's 5 because it's the PMI. But we'll call it 4, all right? We got all of the inflation measures coming in hot for the month of January, which means, like, hey, guys, if you start seeing this... any measures, it doesn't matter which one. I said the CPI, but it doesn't even matter. I think we'll get the... jobs. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna have to look at the economic calendar in the next video. But the second you get another hot inflation like measure coming in, all right, guys, this market's gonna puke. All right, it doesn't really matter what these technicals are doing right here on the daily time frame. All right, it doesn't matter. This thing's going to puke off of hot data. All right. Oh, but it's conflicting because you also will have a bunch of people piling in short. And then you're like, crap, all right? Now you have a bunch of fuel for a short squeeze, all right? So I don't know, all right? I don't know. I'm bringing to you guys what I am thinking about, what I'm looking at, and what I am going to be doing, all right? Look at that. You were coming all the way back down. I still think you end up holding here, all right, guys? You clearly do have these bottoming tails here, all right? Well, I guess we call this the bottoming tail, but these are indecision candlesticks, so... Because we have back to back to back here, I thought this was going to be forming one. I don't know what happens going into the end of the day. It's 2:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. But like I'm just saying, guys, there's a solid chance the 200 MA on Apple, QQ, SPX, SPY, they all end up holding. All right. You clearly have buyers stepping in. You have TA on your side here. All right. Like from a technical standpoint, I just really wouldn't. I'm serious. It doesn't make sense that bulls, like, they're freaking supporting you over here, but they're not going to step back in at the 200 MA. That's literally bull market versus bear market. The most generic definition of a bull versus bear market is this 200 MA. All right. So, like, I'm just saying, this is definitely where I suspect they would be stepping back in. And we also do have, even on SPX, we have the 4-hour bullish divergence. All right. And you're coming down to the hourly time frame. I don't know what's going on over there. All right, but it's not really too important right now. All right, guys, so just know we did break down from this rising wedge, all right? But we're right here at this 200 MA. I think this is going to be a false breakdown, but this would be picture perfect. It kind of would be picture perfect if SPX were to fall out, come back, get a wick rejection, and then carry on, okay? And then the next, like, we'll use SPY because I know there's probably not too many people trading SPX out there. All right, the next spot I'm going to be looking for is literally down here at 390. All right, so like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. The downside really is limited. I mean, like, you can have this. I told you guys, $10 to $20, like, you could end up doing that. But if you end up breaking it now, all right, I don't think, like, if you break it now, I think you're going to have a decent size counter trim move, okay? But yeah, if you break this, you're not going to come down and you're probably not going to break this consolidation on the first test. So that's just why, like, this makes sense to me, that you're going to come back. You're going to probably come up and fill this gap here on SPY. And then you'd also maybe fill QQQ's gap up here. We're going to have to see. They don't always move in sync together. They're pretty spot on, all right? And if you guys are wondering what this freaking yellow zone is right here, this is your golden pocket, all right? Golden pocket, your 0.618 fib level is right above the 408.14 gap fill. So I'm just saying, all right? I still think you likely come up, you likely come up to that 408.14 gap fill level before... Excuse me again. I got these hiccups, guys. Holy crap. I guess I'm talking too much, putting too much air in the lungs or whatever. All right. Freaking hiccups. All right. Freaking hiccups. All right. I'm just going to say, all right. I'm going to reiterate what I said, guys. It is very likely you move up from here. All right. That is what I'm getting at. But if you do end up getting under here, which I don't think is likely, but if you do end up doing it, I would start looking for buying pressure, step in right here. All right, and actually look, man, no, I don't know what I'm doing. I was gonna try and do something. I'm not gonna do anything. All right, so I guess that is pretty much it. All right, the last thing Is this the ticket? Is that not it? Am I bugging? I am bugging. Crap, I took it off. What is the ticker, dude? What is the ticker? Hang on, guys. I have one ticker I want to bring to you guys, all right? TRKA. All right, guys, we're talking 78% shorted when I looked this morning. All right, I've been seeing screenshots throughout the day just showing like 80-something% short interest. Like, that's kind of crazy, all right? Now, this is 100%. This is a Zip Trader stock, okay? This is one that he is driving the attention into, all right? It has a 20, I think it's like a 25 mil. Yeah, it's a 26 mil market cap, so this thing definitely can run with enough eyeballs on it. But yeah, guys, 70% short. That is kind of crazy, all right? There have been a lot of other tickers that are like this, all right? And it's usually just a like a malfunction in how they calculate the free float, all right? But this is not like that, all right? I look to see that, okay? Because I have played a few of those and they have fallen flat on their face. This thing has eyeballs, okay? I was also seeing the volume go crazy this morning. I was like, holy crap, this is bringing back AMC vibes. Like, this is squeeze vibes right here. So I'm just saying, guys, this is one that very low market cap, 70% short interest. You got this gap fill right up here. I think there's a solid shot that this, not technically speaking, all right, I understand that's what we do here on this channel. Technically, this ain't it, all right? This ain't it, Chief. You come over here to the 4-hour time frame, you got the bearish divergence going on your 4-hour time frame. This ain't it, all right? But I will say, squeeze-wise, this is the best setup that I've found in a very long time. I'm here for the ride, all right? They're not diluting. So yeah, I think over the following days, this thing can probably continue to heat up, all right? Like 30 mil market cap, kind of crazy, okay? I'm just saying, if this thing does start going, it's probably going to pull something like this. This is what I'm thinking of, all right? This, all right? This. And I don't know if it's going to do something like this, but when it started ripping, it ripped up 900% from where it came from. All right. I don't know if that's going to be the case here, but I will say it literally has the 30 mil market cap. So I give it a solid shot that this thing continues to gain momentum. All right. I don't know if it's going to come down and fill this gap just because there were a lot of new people here. Maybe they're getting psyched out. Maybe people are going to take some profits. But yeah, this is the only thing I have my money in right now. Like, literally the only thing. I have nothing else right now. I'm literally just sitting here. I got 2K in this bad boy. All right. And if it makes my life just a little bit easier and like allows me to just, hey, your boy has a freaking 4K week. If this thing goes up 200%, I think my entry was like 0.37 something. If this thing makes my life a lot easier, I'm going to be so happy. All right. Because I mean, yeah, honestly, guys, this is the first time I'm not sitting there like just trying to trade the indices. So, I mean, it's probably because I have a decent chunk of change in that bad boy. But also, I know I just don't really need to do much. All right. I literally just need to sit here and do nothing now. And like, hey, maybe this thing, while the market is in this dangerous spot. All right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is, guys, I think this is good for your boy. Your boy is finally not trying to trade the dangerous spot. All right. So yeah, guys, all right, I will keep you guys updated on that thing, all right? But just know this is something I'm going to call out. Probably not going to talk about too much. But yeah, it's there, all right? Oh, and by the way, last thing I want to talk about, all right? Mara, all right? The lovely Mara, guys, the 100Xer that I told everybody about in the weekly update. I don't know what your boy was thinking, all right? It was a 30-something X, all right? A 30X. I don't know where I got this math from, all right? I have no idea. All right. But I'm just letting you guys know. All right. In the math I'm specifically talking about is you get the $10 strike for 30 cents and it runs to $20. You have $1,000 per contract, guys. That's a 33X. I don't know what the heck my mind was thinking. All right. I guess we think with the minds. That's a weird statement. All right. I have no idea, though, is what I was getting at. All right. But like either 30X, guys, no one's going to be complaining about 30X. And yes, I honestly do think the 100X is possible. We're going to actually look over this real quick. All right, real quick. We're going to come over to freaking the lovely Mara over here. We're going to come over here. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, you freaking weirdo. All right, hold up. Let me log in real quick. Hopefully nothing popped up. All right, let's see. There we go. I hope we're still recording. Are we still recording? I think we're probably still recording. All right, whatever. Take it over to the lovely Mara. All right, the lovely Mara. All right, coming over here. All right. Sign me out. I don't know why. All right, so we're just gonna, so this is just where my head is at, okay? And we're gonna look right here. So these have 109 days on them. We're gonna come over to calls. We're gonna look at these, all right? And now just notice, all right, Mara bottomed on here. So this is 1228. She bottomed 1228. You could have bought in these, all right? 1220 freaking 8. We'll look at the $6 strike. All right, coming right over here. Gonna come up here. So this is what I'm looking at, guys. This is what I'm looking at. And if you went further out the money, they did crazier things, okay? But this is generically, this is what I am looking at, okay? Obviously, I'm not going to be picking this strike, all right? But look at it this way, okay? That was 2 months ago, just about 2 months ago. Actually, literally less than a day on 2 months. So we'll say 60 days, okay? So this had 110 days plus 60 days. It had 170 freaking days on it. 170 days, and it still did this, okay? This is what I'm talking about, guys. You get to buy this thing, all right? So, like, when we buy them in 2 months from now, all right, well, you guys don't have to do anything. When I buy them in, like, a month or two from now, whenever, like, what I was just talking about, all right, when I was talking about in the beginning of the video, when, like, hey, all right, SP500, yes, we're going to come down to lows. It's only a matter of time, but, like, it's probably going to take some time, all right? That's probably when this opportunity comes up, okay? So, like, I'm just saying, this is, like, so I have my Mara account, but, like, if anybody doesn't have money, all right, just realize, all right, just start saving. Literally save. Okay, no financial advice here on the channel, right? But, like, this is, like, I'm trying to just show people that this is always going to be possible. All right, look back a few months ago. We probably were calling out stuff like I know for a fact we were, because we called out Mara. But yeah, in like 1 to 2 months from now, I'm going to be buying probably September. All right, or I mean, there probably will be more options out by then, but it'll be one of these two options. All right, and, like, literally, you just need this thing. Okay, you need Mara. Literally do exactly this. But guess what? Here's why I say this upcoming opportunity is way bigger than this, guys. It really is. All right, and, like, guys, your boy is even just like, all right, so I have the Mara account, I have the trading account. All right, I don't know, like, I don't know what I will, like, trading account, like, I don't really want to go super heavy into, like, you know, that's the purpose of having 2 separate accounts. There's no reason to have the other if I'm gonna, you know, mix and match. All right. But I'm literally, guys, I'm saving on the side right now. If I could save up an extra 5K for this, all right, I just showed you guys that. That's a 10x. Okay, that's a 10x on what I think Mara is going to go crazy. I think Mara is going to do this. Okay, except I think it probably comes in this $20 range very quick. Let's look at it this way, all right? Come over here. All right, we're going to come put you up here. BTC, USD. All right, and let's just see where you were. All right, where you were when Mara was up there, because that's what we need you to go to. All right, and I think it's going to happen. I'm going to guess this was at 40K. All right. The 47K, that's a lot higher. All right, this is 30 bucks right there. That's a lot higher. What about over here? All right, over here, it was at 33K. Okay, either way, I think Bitcoin explodes extremely quick whenever it does bottom. All right, you see what has happened here? This is not the bottom. You see how it's just kind of, it's got congestion going on up here? No, you're going to see this thing go straight up. You're going to see this. All right, that is what I'm waiting on. That is the opportunity I speak of right now. All right, and I'm not talking about the buying Bitcoin at 10K and riding into 60K or whatever. No, I'm talking about buying Mara at 250 and riding up to like 20 something bucks. All right, but yeah, so I'm gonna do 50-50 on my Mara account. I'm gonna be doing 50 into shares, 50 into these options I just literally showed you. Okay, not these specific ones, but like this same exact time frame. All right, I'm gonna buy something with, it'll probably have 140, 150 days on it, so I'll have like literally 4 to 6 months to get this thing right. All right, and that's like really what I'm looking at here. All right, yeah, guys. All right, if you had that, okay, and you bought them at $40 and Mara went to $20 in their time. Oh, keep in mind, guys, I forgot to show you this. Okay, you come back over here to these. All right, come back over. I'm going to show you how quick it happened. Okay, I forgot to point that out. Because yes, we're going to have the 150 days on or whatever it is. All right, but guess what? This 1228 to 117, guys, that's 2 freaking weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You just 10x your money. All right, so whenever it happens, it's going to like take off. Your opportunity's gone. And that's why, like, whenever I see Mara down where I like her, All right, I'm going to start doing this. This thing started squeezing, if I remember correctly. It started squeezing before Bitcoin started squeezing. All right, and then you started getting these 30% days. All right, look at that, 30%. All right, that was a 9%. That's a weak sauce, weak sauce. You had 17%, you had 19%. And here you had 24%. All right, my point is, it's going to squeeze, guys. It's over 40% shorted. All right, and yeah, we just literally have to sit here and wait for the opportunity. That's all it is, guys. All right, so with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you guys did find value in this video, if you guys enjoyed this, if I am entertaining y'all, please let me know that with a like. All right, that is all I ask. Okay, please support the freaking channel. All right, I will catch you guys in the next one, and peace.